All right, Leo, these are going to be your guidance cards for the week of March 21st through March 27th of 2021. So energy of the week, you have the garden and the gate. This card always talks about how there is this large expansion outside this gate, and you can see there's a lock on the gate, but she's wearing the key. So if you're feeling like you're locked out of something this week, or something is stopping you from getting where you want to go, it's most likely going to be you. You're going to have the key the entire time. And a lot of times when this card comes up as energy of the week, that is the situation. This could also be that you have the key to get closer to like a more spiritual connection. And I did read that it had something to do with maybe like unlocking something that you have put up, some sort of barrier that you have put up between you and like the spiritual world, or like the spiritual side of things. All right, Leos, I feel like that is your energy for the week. Let's see what challenges or obstacles you might face this week. Now, this is the week before the warm full moon. This warm full moon is going to be all about abundance and prosperity. It's a good full moon where all the things that you're going to do a lot of releasing this week, where a lot of things that you no longer suit you, so that you can make room, because of this warm moon is going to bring in a lot of like abundance, a lot of prosperity, a lot of good things for people that have been working really hard towards something. And it could be too, this energy could be saying that this release that you're doing this week is kind of like you using your key. Once you open this gate, you're releasing all of these things that you no longer need. And that could be for someone also. Alright, so a challenge or obstacle you might face this week, Leo, you have the Eight of Cups. So the Eight of Cups tells me you're having to walk away from some sort of situation. This person never wants to leave this situation. This person just feels like there's nothing else that they can do. You can see all the cups are lined up as perfect as possible. There are 2 cups missing. This person wants the other 2 cups so that there can be a completion, but they understand that they're never going to have these 2 cups. They can't continue to go down this path because they're never going to reach their goal. So what they're doing is they're leaving this particular path. They're not changing their goal. They're just leaving this way of doing it and going around. It's kind of like when you're going down the road and there's a mountain in the road. It's blocking you. So what do? Do you just stop and sit there and you don't do nothing else? No, you go around it. And so that is what this person is having to do. And that could be causing you a challenge or obstacle this week. A lesson that you've already learned that can help you with that challenge or obstacle, you have the Hermit. So the Hermit is about going within, finding the answers within. So if you're finding yourself like talking to a lot of people about whatever the situation is that you feel you have to walk away from, or you have already walked away from, it's telling you to go within. It's in your lessons already learned, so I feel like it could have something to do with like a spiritual awakening. Like maybe if you've experienced your spiritual awakening, there's something that you learned in that process that teaches you that you need to go around the situation. You need to leave where you're at, walk away from this, and find another way to your goal. And then your outcome, you have the Hierophant, and that means that something becomes official. Something that you've been trying to do is kind of like set in stone is what I'm getting. But the Hierophant is about like finding balance. It's about conforming. It's about your expectations. So it could be that something that you expected is going to come in or happen, something like that. Now, we are going to clarify this week. We're going to use the Gilded Tarot to clarify and see if we can get a little bit more information for each one. For the Eight of Cups, you have the Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords is someone who continues to try to do something that maybe doesn't work, and I feel like even though it doesn't work, they just come up with a new idea of how to keep trying to do something. And when that one doesn't work, they just come up with another new idea, something like that. So whatever the situation is that you're having to walk away from, you've really put a lot of effort in trying to come up with new, fresh ideas on how it is that you can finish this out and get the 10 cups. But you're not able to. So I feel like it's just very much telling you that you've used all your ideas. You've done everything that you needed to do, and now it's time for you to walk away from that situation. Go around it. I don't like saying walk away from it, because I feel like when I say walk away from a situation, people are like, oh, well, I have to leave, and I'm never going to do whatever it is. No, that's not the case at all. You're just going to go about it in a different way. With the Hermit, you have the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is about needing to make a choice. So this is some sort of decision that you're having to make. It is possible that you're waiting for something to come in. I get waiting a lot of times with Two of Wands, but it's really about making a choice. You have a choice to make. There's something you need to do. There's something that you need to pick, and the answer is going to be within, and it's possible that it's in your lessons already learned, that it has something to do with like your spiritual awakening, spiritual knowledge, some sort of spiritual knowledge you've gained or found. You went seeking for it, you found it, and that's what you need to decide between, something like that. And then the Hierophant, you have the Three of Wands. Wow. And the Three of Wands is where your ships are coming in. So you can see in this particular, in the Gilded Tarot, so in Rider-Waite Tarot, on the Three of Wands, it shows like a man standing on a ledge, and like he's looking out over this desert ocean, and their ships are out here, and they're very small little tiny black dots, and these ships are supposed to be like expansion. It's his ships coming in, right? They have his goods, they're coming into port, right? And that's what it's supposed to represent. But in that card, it always feels to me like he's going to be waiting for a really long time, because those ships are way out there, right? And here on this Gilded Tarot, look at the water coming in. It's starting to splash up on him. This boat, this ship is almost here. So if you feel like you've been waiting for something, it comes in at the end of this week, Leo. Alright, and then we are going to pull our guidance from Queen of the Moon. We'll do 2 of them, one for the beginning of the week and one for the end of the week. So you have extremes, Leo. It's the Hot Moon, number 34. Extremes talks about staying calm in dramatic situations. So if you feel like there's some sort of dramatic situation that's happening, I feel like it's telling you to stay calm. But I feel like it's falling on top of this 8 of Cups where you're having to walk away from a situation. It's possible there's going to be a lot of emotions when you walk away from this situation. Remember, you're not necessarily, I'm not telling you to walk away and leave something. That's not necessarily what it means. It could just mean that you need to go around the situation. I'm really picking that up for somebody. And then you have self-love, and that's probably what it's coming around to. And when it's coming on the ships coming, it's falling on top of that Three of Wands where the ships are coming in, where you're having to make a choice. And I feel like the choice you're having to make is about self-love. You're having to take care of yourself. You're having to show yourself, like kind of like show yourself your worth, like prove yourself that you know what you're worth. And I feel like not only just take care of yourself, but I'm getting that you can't pour from an empty cup. So if you have like 8 cups you're trying to fill over here, you're going to have to take care of yourself first. And that is why you're not able to finish the situation over here. Because you're kind of drying out is what I'm getting. Like you're draining out. You're getting exhausted, tired, like extremely tired. I picked up for somebody. And if you don't stop doing that and take care of yourself, you're not going to be able to help anybody else. And these ships are not going to come in. So I feel like it's clearly telling you to stay calm in certain situations. Make sure that you're taking care of yourself, whether it's a health situation, a spiritual situation, a mental situation. Just make sure you're putting the focus on yourself, Leo, because you're not going to be able to take care of anybody else if you can't take care of yourself first. Alright, now we're going to do the moonology oracle, and this is going to help with your thoughts and emotions. It's the full moon in Pisces, balance, spirituality, and practicality. And I'm very much getting that with this reading. I feel like you really need to balance something out. You're working, you're waiting for these ships to come in, and they do, Leo. They are going to come in, and you really need to start to, like, now is the time to calm down. You did the work, you did the things you needed to do, and now is the time to, like, stop, focus, meditate, focus on yourself, spend time on yourself, that kind of thing. Alright, Leo, normally this is where we would end the reading, but I have a little bit of a surprise this week. I've added a new deck to the reading. This is the Numinous Astro deck, and this deck really helps you kind of put all this information in with your astrological, whether it's your birth chart or whether it's today's current astrological chart. I am putting a link below in the description, so if you don't have your personal birth chart where it tells you what your sun, moon, rising, all of those things, if you don't have that, there is a link in the description where you can get one for free. It's the service that I use. It's a great service. They have wonderful information and really gives you everything that you need to know. We're going to start clarifying our energy of the week with this deck, and this is really going to make it more personal, as these are general readings and some things might resonate and some things might not. This is going to really help you be able to take this guidance and put it towards your own personal experience. So as we go through each week, we'll get different cards, and I'll kind of explain to you what they all are and how to use them. But again, if you don't have your birth chart, make sure to do that. Everyone should have one in their pocket. I mean, I feel like it tells you exactly who you are, what you're doing, what your purpose is, and really gives you a lot of guidance. Alright, so to clarify the garden and the gate, you have a square challenge. Okay, so there's some sort of alignment that is squared, and it's not, so something that would be easy would be like a circle, right? It would be smooth and it goes all the way around. When there's a square, something is jarring, something is not evened up, it's not smooth, it's not going easily. A square is a challenge. It talks about, it says it creates tension. It could be causing something to stall out, and I did say that, like where you're feeling like you're not able to go out into this expansion. It's about frustrations, struggles, hurts, but it's also about working things out and reconciling. So I feel like that if you can place that in your chart, then you'll know where it is. If you see a square in like today's astrological chart, then you'll know that that is where this garden and the gate energy is telling you to focus. Alright, Leo, I feel like that is your guidance for the week. You're going to have a great week. The ships are coming in. Just make sure to take care of yourself. It's of most importance. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, if this feels like your tribe, please like and subscribe.